Nightmare Weekend is a 1986 American horror B-movie directed by Henry Saller, and is distributed by Lloyd Kaufman's Troma Entertainment, so you probably have a good idea of the quality of this movie before you watch it. I'll keep this review short and sweet. Nightmare Weekend is absolute trash, and honestly isn't worth watching. This is 86 minutes of my life I won't be getting back, so do yourself a favor, and don't even bother. The wafer-thin plot surrounds a scientist who has created a technology called Apache, which is basically small metal balls, that can manipulate the moods and behaviors of anyone unlucky enough to swallow them. These metal balls also have the ability to transform into any item they touch, such as toothpaste, and even girls' undies. Long story short, the scientist is happy to test his technology out on lab animals like rats and rabbits, but everything changes after he tests it out on an angry Doberman, who initially appears to be pacified. But the dog later dies due to internal hemorrhaging, thanks to the metal ball. The scientist's psychotic assistant, who is blinded by greed, is undeterred by the fatal side effects of the technology, and thinks it is time to test these balls out on human subjects. But the wise scientist is reluctant, as he wants to run more experiments before putting a human through the same agonizing death that the Doberman experienced. Unbeknownst to the scientist, his assistant sets up a nice relaxing weekend for three beautiful ladies, with the sole purpose of using them as human guinea pigs for the deadly balls, whilst she watches on from her safe laboratory. Meanwhile, the scientist's naive daughter meets the assistant's helper in a sleazy bar and automatically falls completely in love with him. Soft porn hijinks then ensues for the majority of the movie, which only drag it further away from having any impact or reason to exist. Terrible acting, a terrible plot, terrible dancing, low-budget gore, overdubbed audio that doesn't match the actors' lips, irritating saxophones throughout, dumb unlikable characters, and a maid kissing a tarantula, all culminate into one hell of a smorgasbord of shit. And if that isn't all bad enough, the scientist's daughter has a talking green-haired puppet called George in her bedroom, who analyzes her feelings and can also use Apache to control cars in real life. Why on earth was this movie made? I have no idea. Half an hour into it, I was already wishing it to end. Don't get me wrong, I can usually get behind movies that are so bad they're good, but this really doesn't fall into that category unfortunately. If you like tits and 80s cliches, this movie is for you, but otherwise you'll be scratching your head, wondering why you didn't sit down and watch something better instead. But what did you make of Nightmare Weekend? Did it leave you tantalized and begging for more? Or was it more like being killed by a pair of sentient murderous panties? Let me know in the comments below, and if you liked the video, why not give it a thumbs up, or subscribe if you want to see more reviews like this one. I've been HB, the Horror Bot. Cheers babes.